Hello YouTube, I'm Pilot Stud, and today I'll be sharing with you what I think is the best vintage warbird for Microsoft Flight Simulator. As with all of my videos, this is freeware and the link is in the description. Stay with me as we take a look at this work in progress Russian fighter jet. Now this very recognisable aircraft would of course be the MiG-15. It really is iconic. Once you've seen it once, you really can't forget it. Let's hop in the cockpit, I'll give you the history of the aircraft, and then we'll take it for a flight. So, for early days, and I mean really early days, this aircraft is like released a few weeks ago now, maybe even a few days ago. The cockpit is really impressive. Keep in your mind that this is freeware. Now, I believe the model was ported over, but aside from that, it really does look good. Inside the cockpit, you can see we have our instrument panel. Some gauges work, some don't. The majority of them are placeholders, which means they aren't like the real version. However, the developers will of course constantly up this aircraft, and we'll see proper Russian gauges in here down the line. Now the MiG-15 was one of the first successful jet aircraft to incorporate that iconic swept wing design. You really can't miss it. That allows the aircraft to achieve high transonic speeds, not supersonic because it's an early jet aircraft, but transonic. During the wars such as the Korean War, it was used for ground attack roles. Its American counterpart really is the North American F-86 Sabre, which is also another really iconic aircraft. And of course, that one's a similar design. It basically looks the same, I'm not going to lie. The aircraft saw its first flight in 1947, was brought into active service in 1949, and still sees some use in North Korea of all places today. It's used as a training aircraft, and I mean using a almost 80-year-old aircraft to train your pilots probably isn't the best idea, but hey, it's North Korea. Now let's take this aircraft for a flight. So we've already talked about the cockpit. There is some moving parts, some of the instruments do not work, as with some of the buttons working, but this is its first beta release. The exterior textures, I mean, they look good, there's nothing groundbreaking here. They've got that nice metallic shine. It's not the most high resolution textures, but for a freeware aircraft you cannot expect it all, and of course completely early days. We've got good animations of the ailerons there, and of course the rudder. And of course we've even got coming down flaps with flap noises. You can just see them there. You don't get any more liveries with this aircraft, but I think this is its most iconic livery. And hey, early days. I'm gonna say that a lot in this video because it really is. It's a complete work in progress. Regardless of that, let's get this aircraft up in a flight now. And I think down the line you will be able to open the canopy because you can see you can click it. Although for me it doesn't do anything. Maybe there's a lock I'm not pressing or I'm just doing it wrong. I don't know. I've just swapped it today to give you guys a better look at the cockpit. I think it looks nicer like this. Let's rev up that engine now. Throttle does of course move there. Parking brake off. Just look at the acceleration on this thing. For an early jet aircraft, it's got outstanding performance. You can see some of the instruments pop alive now. And we can even pull back about now. Now the flight model to me feels really good. I'm not too sure how realistic it is. Feels a bit like Flight Simulator X. I'm not going to lie, you don't need to put too much input on. It is, for me, the easiest fighter jet I've ever had to handle on Microsoft Flight Simulator. We do get some lag, although I'm pretty sure that's just the scenery, because that is some amazing scenery. I've featured it on my video before. It's RAF Lakenheath. I highly recommend that. I mean, just look at this aircraft. Minimum inputs on the yoke, really responsive, quite sensitive but not sensitive that you have to continuously correct yourself. Sadly, it does fall victim to that weird shadow bug there. You can see there's pixelated shadows. I'm not too sure what that's about. We can of course get our landing gear up now. I did save that a bit late, but there we go. Landing gear lever moves up, and we have a good wheel animations. We'll also bring those flaps up now so you guys can see them. And there we go. Just keep in your mind guys, this is a freeware aircraft. And of course there's that payware MiG-15 that's appeared on Sim Market. And looking at the videos and reviews of that, this is 10 times better. It really is nice. The model looks pretty similar from the outside. I think that's because they are the same model. There's something fishy going on with the Freeware developer by the looks of it. Well, I'm not going to get into that because I'm not too sure about it. I just saw some people saying that on the forums. Up here we've got some sort of heads-up display. You notice how we've got the Russian writing, meaning the cockpit hasn't just been ported over. For me, performance can be a bit clunky at times. There seems to be a bit more lag in normal, and you can also seem to break the speed indicator by doing some aileron rolls. Oh yeah, I think I've broke the instrument panel, but oh well, you live and die. Here we've got our altimeter, here we've got a speedometer. I think we're going very quick, you know. Let's reduce that power. Yeah, it's coming down now. Artificial horizon here. I don't think any of the others work, at least not that I can see. I'm sure they'll fix them in the moment. To our left, we've got RAF Mildenhall. Let's go take a look at my first landing, and then we'll speak about this aircraft in a bit more detail on the ground. So, landing this aircraft is really fun. This was my first attempt. It's not the best, I'll admit, but hey, it was quite a quick landing, I'm not going to lie. Fun aircraft to land as well, as it's not too sensitive, but sensitive enough for you to apply minor corrections. I'm not too sure how realistic the flight model is, because of course I've never flew this aircraft in real life, and probably never will, unless some weird chance event happens where I'm asked to fly a MiG-15. I can't really see that happening. Back in the sky over Mildenhall, let's go put this aircraft back on the ground and we'll talk about it there. The fact this is freeware generally blows me away. And the fact it is the first release also is pretty awe-inspiring. This is definitely going to be one of the best aircraft for the sim that you can get your hands on for free if the developers Aerosaur keep it up. While it's not perfect yet, no one said it would be. For an early days freeware aircraft, it certainly shows its promises. Now, I haven't looked at every feature of this aircraft yet. I've covered the main ones. It also appears you can open the canopy by pressing your landing light. Not too sure how that works, but anyway. I don't know what button I'm pressing. I'm turning on my strobe lights, and it seems to be opening the canopy. Oh, it was beacon light set up. That's very strange, I have to admit. Maybe you can open the canopy and I was just missing something. But there we have it, guys. I really do highly recommend this aircraft. The link is in the description, go download it. Now, as with all of these videos, got a little bit of aviation trivia. It's an easy one for all you military nuts, but if not, what aircraft is known as the Hercules? It's a military aircraft, I'll give you that, but there we have it. There's your aviation trivia for today. If you enjoyed this add-on video, remember to like, comment and subscribe. Massive thank you to all my channel members, business class and first class. My first class channel members get a shout out on the screen now. Thanks for watching, guys, but from me today that is all. Bye bye.